Your assumption is very clear that a 10-year-old will be capable of a lot more than a 5-year-old. Making a 5-year-old compete with a 10-year-old is downright unfair. Agreed or no? So we agree that in the next 5 years also, from the age of 5 to 10, there will be an increase in performance without, again, any intervention of what we call as the fitness lifestyle. No structured workouts and no structured diet in place. Just whatever mommy feels is healthy is given to the boy. And sometimes if the boy makes a lot of noise, whatever unhealthy he wants also is given to the boy. Okay? In fact, I've seen that a lot happening. You stand in a McDonald's line and there's a decibel level. The mother first says no for fries. Right? Then the decibel level of the child increases. Fries. Best way to keep the mouth shut. So fries inside. So even with unhealthy foods, even with everything that we know is unhealthy, the physical capacity of the child increases. And a 10-year-old is capable of a lot more than a 5-year-old is capable of. 15-year-old is capable of a lot more than a 10-year-old. And if I were to ask you that in any physical competition where physical strength is required, if you pit a 15-year-old against a 20-year-old, who will win? 15-year-old against a 20-year-old? 20-year-old. Average 15-year-old against an average 20-year-old. Who will win? The average 20-year-old. 20 and 25. That's where the bell curve starts flattening out. Then you can't tell whether a 25-year-old will win or a 20-year-old. 25 to 30, I can actually extend the bell curve to 20 to 30. So from birth till the age of 20, you see the steady rise in physical capacity whether you are interested in fitness or not. Just by the sheer nature of growth of a human being is capable of more and more. What you do from 20 to 30 is extremely crucial for anti-aging to take place. I get called for these corporate talks or these seminars for call centers and BPOs. So generally, it's not enough to call a fitness professional for a talk. Apparently, the HR person wants to know what I will talk about. Of course, what I'm talking about is fitness only. Nahi, magar aapka topic kya hai? So I normally deal with them. I know the reactions are normally anti-aging. So that's what the HR guy will say. This is a BPO. All our staff is between 25 and 35. We don't have any old people. So please don't talk about anti-aging. Because the demographic doesn't match. Bullshit, the demographic doesn't match. They would want us fitness professionals to talk about anti-aging to tuta what does all one. Their age has already taken its toll. You should have done that, done this, so you don't talk about that to anti-aging to old people. You talk about anti-aging to the youth, because that's where the aging starts. And with the kind of abuses that are there in our day-to-day life, and the kind of disregard we have for our fitness levels, we are aging so fast. Between 30 and 40, there is this huge dip in performance. When you talk about a competitive athlete, and at 40 years old, if the competitive athlete of any sport is still competitive at the international level, there's a huge round of applause for him. Right? You know, it's considered to be a feat that he's 40 and he's still playing at the international level. Bodybuilding is anti-aging, and to prove that, let me tell you all that we also, in the sport of bodybuilding also, we have our world champions. And in the sport of bodybuilding, not many of you already follow it, but the Mr. Olympia is supposed to be the world champion. The best built man on the planet is supposed to be a Mr. Olympia. Up until now, it's been a trend that most of the Mr. Olympias that have won the Mr. Olympia have been in the age bracket of 38 to 42 to 43. How many of you all know Ronnie Coleman? Heard of Ronnie Coleman? Ronnie Coleman won his last Mr. Olympia at the age of 43. He was the best built man. The best built man in the world was 43 years old. Bodybuilding is anti-aging. Bodybuilding is longevity. Bodybuilding is your structure that holds your body together. Yes, there are sports-specific trainings also. But along with the sports-specific training, the one thing that you should not allow is for your body to lose muscle. What represents an old look, what represents a youthful look is the amount of muscle that the person carries, something that you have to realize. I'm not interested in muscle, I'm just interested in general fitness. General fitness, another term that has been abused and abused and abused. Without knowing the meaning of general fitness, you keep on mouthing these words. I would just like to use the treadmill in your gym because I'm coming here for general fitness. I would just like to use your yoga room. I would just like to do yoga. Why only yoga? Because I'm interested in only general fitness. I don't want to make my body. I don't want to build my body. These are all negatives that need to be removed. The people who used to want to make bodies, unfortunately, there is this notion come about that we don't need to build bodies. Look at a guy whose son is a budding model. So the guy is a budding model. Some model coordinator or director of an ad film or whatever said, put on some beef and I'll give you an ad. So what is the reason for him building the body? To get an ad, right? He wears these tight t-shirts like mine, so I can show my arms, correct? Or he wears cut sleeves to show his musculature. Father wears a three-piece suit to go for his office. Father sees his son wanting to get into abs, building his body. Son also builds the body as per the directors. See, the low body is not trained. Why? Because I only have to show my upper body. So why should I train my lower body? No need. Whatever is shown, whatever is going to be shown is what the person will train for. So why would you blame the father for thinking that building muscle is just about showing and impressing the opposite sex? Just that is something for my son to do. My son needs to impress girls at college. My son needs to get a modeling assignment, which is why he needs to build muscle. My son likes to wear cut sleeves and roam around on a bike and show his muscles. And I sit in a chauffeur-driven car with tinted glasses and I wear a three-piece suit. So why should I build muscle? What is the need? I don't show anything. My wife is not going to be impressed no matter what I do. So why should I? His whole notion is that youngsters who want to show off need to build. You all need to correct that attitude. This walking with a slight bit of knee pain now, constantly getting some lumbar aches and pains, all that can be prevented. All these are signs of what? You all only say it. I don't even need to say it. All these are signs of what? I already covered it. ऊपर हो गया ना क्या हो गया डॉक्टर ने बोलता है कि आर्थराइटिस तो होना ही नहीं अच्छा साइड हो गया This is again taking for granted what you do. You can actually prevent all this from happening. There used to be this Chyawanprash ad, not that I'm advising you to take Chyawanprash, but there used to be this Chyawanprash ad. There they showed what is called the Jawan Buddha. I don't know if you remember that. There was that bus. Yeah, whatever. So in that ad they showed that the bus is taking off and this guy runs and catches the bus. Running and catching the bus is basically a sign of youth. These things decline, functionality declines. So as a young person, I used to take the example of this Dadar station antiques. I don't know if you all have been to Dadar station? Yeah. Busiest railway station in the country probably. Okay, and if you all really want to see functionality, you really want to see examples of fitness, of intrinsic fitness that the youth is already provided with, then you all need to go to the other station, not to catch a train, sit on a bench and start observing what's happening. So I just described to you one particular, I'm taking this in a seminar for a long time. It's a 16, 17-year-old college student. Okay? He's got this heavy haversack on his shoulder, filled with books. He comes in on platform number 1 and actually starts seeing his train coming in on platform number 5. Okay? There is not a doubt in his mind that he will catch the train. There is no thought process. You know this Nike, this big giant corporation Nike? What's the best thing about Nike? It's shoes, it's track pants, it's track suits. No. The best thing about Nike is its byline. Just do it. Because it completely and totally fits the bill when you describe fitness. When you have fitness on your side, you do not hesitate. When the occasion comes, you simply react to the situation. So you have a 17-year-old fellow with a bag. He sees the train coming on the fifth station, fifth platform. He's walking. When he sees the train coming into the corner of his eye, his walk turns into a sprint immediately. Now he hits the footbridge and starts taking 2 to 3 stairs at a time. And not just taking 2 to 3 stairs, but at the same time dodging people. So it's not a straight line, he goes like this, like this, like this. Hits the top bridge, he's got so much velocity that he actually skids, changes direction, jumps over a beggar's foot, ducks underneath the bloody coolie with bags, complete obstacle course, reaches platform number 5 staircase, again skids to a halt, changes direction, starts jumping down 2 to 3 steps, last 4 steps he jumps. He's facing the opposite direction of the train taking off, the train has already taken off, he again skids to a halt, reverses direction, starts sprinting in the direction of the train, hangs onto the pole, shoves his bloody foot inside and gets it. Now as day doesn't end there, comes his station, but his platform is on the other side. And on this side, there's just a nice 5 feet drop, and there's an iron fence. Again, I'm not encouraging these antics on the railway station, I'm just telling you what happens. So he can't go through the wall of people to get out of his platform, so he simply leaves the pole, jumps down on uneven ground, lands perfectly. As soon as he lands, he starts sprinting. That 3 feet, 3.5 feet platform, he lunges on it even without his hands on the platform. Nowadays, we call this parkour or free running. It's a form that has happened, but which has been happening at the other railway station for many years with these guys. This is a 17-year-old boy. When he does all that and finally goes off walking to the college, you would not find him huffing and puffing also. He's just walking away. Correct? If you stop him and say, do you work out? Time किधर मिलता है? Tuition है, college है, where will the time? But what he's done, he doesn't work out. But it doesn't even feel like a workout.